That's fine, baby.
You're welcome. So before we start, make we talk about
Chadi. Wetin Chadi they do, wetin na Chadi, make Fambo then get better insights about the work that they do.
We're a social policy advocacy organization, so we named our campaign for human rights and development international. We're a CHRDI, and ability across state and non-state institution, and we look into access to justice, and we look into climate justice.
Okay. Well, then that's well areas them where people are not in so focused. Ba. So we're not for say Chadi now one of the leading CSOs then na the country. Waiting at the waiting tell us more about um the responsibilities then where it be to say CSOs then forget for be accountable for hold government accountable and in terms of legitimacy as well.
Well, when you talk about civil society in a broad, field. So if you want to give a definition, you get a wider lens. Like for example, many people don't know say a faith-based organization, na civil society,
Yeah.
philanthropist foundations, na civil society. Like some people say, me na philanthropist, but no one for associating themselves saying a civil society. But I mean, civic cause, World Bank, they're all definition towards civil society. Then group there encompass trade union, and professional bodies like the bar association, teachers union, journalists association. These are all civil society activists, protestants, and these are they fall within the definition of civil society. But then in Sierra Leone, people look at more advocacy organizations and not forget about the development organizations. Like for example, many people know they call World Vision civil society,
Yeah.
but World Vision is a civil society because they're a non-governmental organization, not a part of government.
Yeah.
So every development or policy advocacy organization we know they part of the arm of government, automatically it becomes civil. Civil mean the people, so it become a civil organization. So we get a lot of conflict even in the understanding. Then even you get so many people in the civil society field we not actually understand the sector where they belongs to. And then if you not understand the sector we belong to, how you go able hold the state accountable?
Yeah.
You look at so many subjects the way some organizations and they take on, you look within the structure, they also not get the expertise among you. They see somebody they take say we they look into health related issues, but you look the entire team, nobody not they will get medical qualification, medical
Yeah.
background. So if you want for challenge issues around tuberculosis or HIV and AIDS, you need somebody we get the medical education.
Yeah.
We need for guide the team at to which direction the organization for take the advocacy drive. So if you are not well placed, then you challenge the National AIDS Secretariat on the HIV issues, how then they deal with the HIV issues. I mean, sometimes then they ignore you because they look at you that say the subject where you want for take them on,
Exactly.
you lack the knowledge. So how you go able to hold them accountable? And you also look at some civil society organizations, even for draw a press release, you dey see that say the subject of the press release and the in-depth, the content of the
Yeah.
press release not actually aligned with a particular situation where they want for advocate of. But I mean, people the way they listen me and we brothers and sisters the way they know the civil society, for let them not get me wrong, they have a genuine intention.
Yeah.
And civil society not to a voluntary space, and Africa in general, Sierra Leone in particular, they not get the appetite or the interest in supporting civil society initiative. Like overseas, you dey see say individuals that then they support the idea and the belief of civil society organization that our country, the state, the community, now people that we get their money, either pensioner and say me pension 60% or 80% of my pension bulk, let it go to this organization. If I get 3 houses, when I die, me will let it go to this organization. Like you look like institutions like Amnesty International, the world headquarters in England, London, the 2 twin bills in the way they get. Now somebody will write a wills away a die, let them give Amnesty International. So even the London branch office, now somebody back way will them property, to Amnesty International. Sometimes then there's some people then they cut their tax. Like for example, now England, if you they pay tax, they say me tax, let no go to government, I want let me tax go to this organization. So if you they work, for this radio station, you they work for IGR, you they work for Chadi, and Chadi they pay for you pay tax. That tax, instead of it go to government, it goes straight to the charity organization, because then they call civil society or NGO charity. It goes straight to that. So meaning the people get saying over that civil society organization in operation.
Exactly.
So but in Sierra Leone, where them boss their head, we don't hear civil society. But then if a civil society talk something where them party don't do wrong, they say that civil society they want an evil society and halaki people then they. But then in the next moment they come back say, oh, I don't know what thing they for. They just they give them brown envelope. You look at some civil society leaders in this country and you look at some politicians with no disrespect to politicians they not get even a better physical appearance to some of the civil society leaders.
Exactly.
So how you feel say that man will buy better suits for himself, we able for bribe a civil society leader? So he go only able bribe the civil society leader where feel say a day in civil society and activism where if a propel an agenda of individual. So definitely he will be sponsored by that individual. And there's nothing wrong about that. When you go overseas, you get so many civil society organizations, they are aligned by political party. You look at National Democratic Institute, NDI, and you look at the Democrat Party in the US, you look at Republican, Institute, the same US, where you get the 2 major political parties. They work in the interest of promoting them 2 political parties and their political foreign policy ideology on democracy, on rule of law, and on human rights. You go Amnesty International, they are aligned. You go Human Rights Watch, they are aligned. Nothing wrong about that. But then the good thing is let that integrity let everybody know say you there. But there should be a trust between you and the one that we even know say you there with them. There should be a trust between you and the public. So that is one. Then secondly, because the country not treats civil society or NGO business very seriously, you see that say we don't get a system in this country for actually operate NGO or civil society. We as a country we still get a policy instead of a law how we register purely NGO based. In England, for example, they get charity commission. Where all charitable organization, whether civil society, we get a board of trustees need only forget a registration from the charity commission, no other government entity. But then if you also want to be a charity and be a corporation organization, that means you will be a corporate organization with a non-profit outlet. You will also go register at the company house, where will register you as a corporation organization, meaning you now liable for be sued to court and also collect loan. But when you register with the charity commission, because of a total non-profit, the certificate where you get and circulate at all the bank and the financial houses in England say they're not for give loan because you make profit. But if you go register now with a corporation, meaning a company outlet, so you get right for mortgage, you get right for buy, you get right for sell. So in that, because of you get right for buy, you get right for sell, now you can able for advance with loan with a second option certificate. So it is an optional issue. But like we na Sierra Leone, that debts then get, and the debts wey dem get, they make a criteria, policy criteria, say you need for go Slango. Are you serious? Slango is an association like journalist association, or like the bar association.
Exactly.
It's not compulsory for any practicing lawyer for belong to the Sierra Leone Bar Association. It's not compulsory for any journalist for register with SAJ. It's not compulsory for any worker for register with any union. It's here as an option and a protective means, and also how if for enlarge on a network and join the associations in there. So they are voluntary association. But in Sierra Leone, the ministry they try for coerce under a policy where again a violation of organizations the right. So we need to grow away from this, because we don't see after the war several NGOs, several faith-based organizations, several philanthropist foundations, several advocacy organizations, development organizations don't emerge, and they collect money in the name of the people of Sierra Leone. Because whenever we ask donors for money, we want for engage in public sensitization to the people of Sierra Leone. So meaning we collect money on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone. But because the government not serious about how for manage the operations of civil society, you see civil society largely accountable to the donor than to the state. In other countries, civil society are more answerable to the state. For example, I keep using England because I work in the system, I study in the system, so I know the system much better, and I can even make a brighter example with them more. If you are a civil society like Chadi, like IGR, like CAR, like CGG, Fambutalk, you go able for upload your annual financial report latest time the 15th January when the year the end. So as the year the end, you need for the wrap up your financial document there, and you upload them na the charity commission site or the company house site. So once you're not able to meet that deadline, then they give you another 15 days allowance. When you fail that other 15 days allowance, now then they drop your organization name as a defaulter. So meaning organization where you're not in compliance with state law, where you go bad for your image. So when people they want for look for credible civil society, I don't need for call somebody for like ask and say you think say Charlie credible, then if the person don't let Charlie,
it will just it
will just destroy the entire thing and say negative thing. So it's not helpful for the state, it's not helpful for even we where they run civil society organization. So I mean we get a lot of gaps.
So I mean there's a whole gap, and I think one of the gaps them knowledge and awareness. First of all, people don't even know the roles and responsibility waiting they expect from civil society, and then we see government technology take civil society as serious as they're supposed to take civil society. Feel like some kind of mate relationship can happen. So how we go for bridge the knowledge, bridge the gap between knowledge and policies?
What we go only do that when we engage in one of the things when I'm not mandate at the station with civic education, because we first need for know even you when they register civil society, what's in a civil society, what is civil society all there about, and you will want go register civil society organization, you also try for know what you want for engage yourself into, and you get me say when you not civil society, you not police, you not law enforcer, no. You're not observer, you're not a monitor. So you raise concern on contentious issues where certain people that the community not go able for raise, but you they raise on their behalf, and you for do it in a fair manner, meaning in the best interest of public, not to in few people's interest or you particular interest. You know, go get civil society organization, you use the platform for attack individuals than for attack, you know, situation where they go bad at the community, and you want for draw the state attention to that. So, you know, for use the civil society platform, you know, as a space for actually, you know, galvanize support against one political party, you know, in favor of the other political party. So, I mean, all of this knowledge there need for the out to the people, and the people understand. The entire, not only Israel, the entire world, they always get discomfort relationship with civil society. There are certain countries, Amnesty International staff, they know they enter there. Human Rights Watch staff, they know they enter there. If you enter there, you say they work for the organization, then at the airport, then they deport you back or they arrest you. So, I mean, we get a very, very chilly relationship with governments across the world. You know, even at the West, you see Julian Assange, you know, we try for put out information. You know, the next thing is America get interested in it, don't they, in detention for quite a while. We get several other people that with the Russia, with the in detention, with the China, with the in detention, Singapore, Nigeria, you know, Uganda, Malawi. So working as an activist is a high risk something, you know, across the world, not only Israeli. So when you actually they pick up, you need to know the dangers, because whenever you raise critical issues against the state, in as much as you know go for individual, it definitely attack the personality of the heads of the institutions, and then get the allies and get the supporters that we're already willing for spring on you. And the disadvantage thing against we civil society leader, every single issue we raise, we develop more enemies, and we send ourselves into isolation, because more people decide for work away from we, and left with problem, because we get multiple enemies. And you know, there is such a chilly, you know, terrain.
And especially, I mean, in line with what you just talk, Salon, it's almost like people always, I mean, the mindset that all civil society, they're always politically aligned, and they're not the whole government responsible. In fact, some people believe say civil society then can just talk where they at in their own interest. So what do you go on for talk about the issue of civil society holding government accountable, and civil society actually talking, they actually talk, for me they actually talk pan every other issues them as people, and they expect, especially waiting for those government.
Well, you know, one thing, like I said earlier, the people of this country get a clear position, the political interest, the political ideology. And for example, some people they now, because of your announcement, name say Abdul Fatoma or you Aliu, the next thing is I say, if they're not sure, it will likely be saying a SLPP kid. You know, Fatoma and Aminde, that's the general perception. And even me and Shabro, the next thing is Fatoma and Aminde, so na SLPP go below. So even a whole SLPP accountable, they say maybe that way they not encourage her, maybe that way they not get a position, and not look at the content either of the advocacy material, either in a press release, either in a policy brief, either in conversations like this. The next thing they say that they are unhappy. So already you get a dismissive idea towards you as a person, and so you take that same dismissive idea to the work of the organization, and they go look, you know, see one tribe in another organization, but it still stinks because the head na Minde na that. So it also applies to APC. If you get a civil society organization headed by Kroma, Kamara, Dumbuya, you know, Sisi, Fona. The next thing is that even the whole government accountable genuinely is in an APC bobode. You know, so now the APC party they fight for. So as a country, we know they choose one tribe or either one political party, we get this habit. Majority of the people of this country get this, you know, can I say, a dark mentality towards development. Because when civil society work with the community they able to develop. Because civil society get a stronger voice for compel, policy formulation, policy development, and bridging, policy gap. But people also don't know, like we be say, that knowledge. That are the essence of civil society. Not of civil society for the nactamatiscope where you then boss you go femplaba, you then boss you say civil society don't do this. So in as much civil society will do that thing, like for example, you look at we organization. During the APC time, we hold Parliament, ACC accountable on the work the way that they do. During the SLPP time, we challenged the Ministry of Finance for pay over 420 statistics workers, for over 100 something NATCOM workers, for let them pay them over 200 to 300 workers na Wataki. And the private sector, we get over 700 from different organizations. Just statistics, in your case alone, be 1.13 billion where we able for fet. And the people that way they out there that they listen me, we organization not ask them for give we a single cent. We tell them say they don't forget nobody in the organization single cent. Everybody we would not fet for, over 4,000 people, we get job related problem at different places, either bank of salon, either the commercial banks them, and we also challenge the military under SLPP leadership about sexual, harassment, corruption at the military, hospital. And we also challenge, State House on several issues with human rights, and we don't challenge the Israeli police under the SLPP administration. We also don't challenge several times the Anti-Corruption Commission for increase on the corruption fight, both na radio and we also don't put out a policy paper will be very much annoying to the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change, but it be able to bring an effective change under the same SLPP. And currently they on with the judiciary. Yesterday we published a paper, on the judiciary for civil society. Now that or we the SLPP civil society organization and the SLPP ideology and policies, that civil society need for come openly and identify itself, so the public know and the SLPP self know, the APC self know, say this civil society now we own civil society. And then you get civil society the way independent, nothing wrong about that. We get medias and abroad, we get civil societies and the US the UK where they operate in that manner than they. So if you want to do that in Africa, I see nothing wrong. But then if you they hide, say what, like APC no say we they work with SLPP no say you they work with APC. You they see that say the trust between you and then two party them, and the trust between you and the public is very very low. So, but if you can openly and say you are an independent entity, independent outlet, both parties and the public, they get trust for you. Not everybody, they get majority or neither overall support, but you get some amount of support and respect across the board. So it always necessary, for like a civil society together. But then, because of the political interest in this country, your last name, your region where you come out, the tribe where they talk, automatically you will be associated with a political party, and they don't care if you holler from January to December. That's your family business.
Unfortunately, these are the issues. Well, it's 8:31 from the studio, so we'll go for a short break, and we'll go talk to your other guests as well. Fambul, Una, welcome back to the second half of the program. We still get at the studio Abdul and Fatoma, one of the chief executive officer for Chadi, and Seth forgets David Indolo Conte, we just on cam, in the executive director for Right to Life Advocacy Network Sierra Leone. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning. I want to say good morning to listeners and viewers.
Okay. So tell me about waiting, tell Fambul them but waiting your organization there about, and as this morning we did discuss about CSO's accountability and legitimacy, the challenges and prospects. So before we delve into the topic proper, make people that know waiting una they do.
Well, the organization gets different thematic areas. We deal with women them. We also deal with picking them, and we deal with the community. And any issue we get for deal with the life of Sierra Leone, whether Ikin, woman, man, we deal with the issues in there. And issues accountability, and we also deal with a lot of issues. Even you say so whether the job that they do well, the people that we employ, they treat you the way they treat you, we can come in and see how they're able give support or help for make you be treated fairly in your offices.
Alright, so since we're in the civil society space, what do you think say CSO's responsibility for uphold accountability to governments?
Well, as CSO, we get a mandate for make we able to talk for the people, for make we able to bring issues where they affect the ordinary citizen. Yes, we can compliment the efforts of government when it comes to something where then they bring on board for sure say we need for give support to the Sierra Leoneans. They will they look at also what we call checks and balance. If things are not going the right way, we can flag them up. If not something very developmental, we can even go to the community and see how we're able to do sensitization around it. If not something very not good for the people of this country, we can come out back, raise noise, or we can even get what we call closed door negotiation. Because sometimes before we take to the media or we take to the streets or we begin to say things, we look at the two sides of the coin by going to the individual, whether be it politician, whether be it private institution, where they come out, or they reach out to them, ask them what's the problem, why una take this decision, or why una not take this decision. We can always look at the deliverables. Like for example, when we talk about Sierra Leone money, since you get to a ministry or you get to any type of institution, as long as the people of Sierra Leone, the Sierra Leoneans, their money, taxpayers' money, we can look into it. Like the issue we get for deal with the Eco Bank and that of NRA, because I'm here on TIP capacity. I'm also the national coordinator for civil society protection and public accountability. We'll be able to reach the ACC. We write the Eco Bank. We ask them A, B, and C how this money go wrong. And at the end of the day, yes, we can say, we're not going to say thank you, but we can say kudos to the ACC for bringing all of those issues up, because we believe in what we call accountability. And they say they don't use them the right way. We're supposed to take them up, because that's our responsibility. By protecting the lives of Sierra Leoneans, that's our responsibility. Far too long, I think say some people know they remain at the media for far too long, because I be the monitor the Tomabon project for 2 years, the regional rice value chain. But when I say yes, things not they go the right way, I get for come back and decide say no, this thing not they go the right way. The people of this country need to understand that. Like we've been take the issue of even the Sierra Leone passport. We go to as I talk to you now, we even then a court, we then a high court on the Sierra Leone passport, because we feel say as an organization, we suppose for fight for the needy, because not to everybody they can a media, not to everybody will be a pressure group. We have to do the needful for make people that feel say yes, they belong to a society wherein government in, government out. We don't see say Sierra Leone we are totally left out. Like as of yesterday, I've been at the different hospitals because we take the power from one place to another. We understand say even the nurses where they deal with the lives of Sierra Leoneans are not well paid, and some of the treatment they are having is not good. Yeah. We look issue again for deal with the teachers. We see say this is not okay with them. So some of them think they make even the institutions not able to perform, because if the salary are minimal, and if we look at the issue again for deal with the so many increments in commodities, and we see say some of them they are not well paid, and then get for take them picking them go school, then get for pay bills, then get for buy bags of rice, and we are seeing the skyrocketing of all of those things. We not see any increment in the salary structure. All of those things we can take on, because that's our responsibility. Because if we fail for do that as an organization, as CSO, it means it's better for us not to be civil society, because why we are civil now for make we able solve all the needs. We can't solve them directly, but for give a major to whether government or whatever institution, because we also they go to private institution if they staff the way they are not treated fairly, where they come in. So we have a lot of job, even though there are a lot of challenges. In other countries, you will see a budget, like I think in Nigeria, where they get to CSO for monitor. But some of us decided not to take those money. Reason being, if you begin to take government money, automatically then go arms to twist your hand. Then go at the end of the day, you're not going to eat something that you want for talk about them. So wait till we do. Some of us they try for do a small business for complement with efforts as an organization. Because I not go on tomorrow. When are they handle issue we get for deal with government? If a government know they do the right thing, or institution they know they do the right thing, then when I go after them, they say no, but you collect this money. So sometimes we don't need it, because these are some of the challenges. And sometimes as organization, when you do a project, because a project is different from when they give you direct fund, because you get for give reports for those funds. They're not the fund way. Because sometimes people can say, that Boboki don't go talk about we. Like when me and the Minister of Agriculture be all on. They complain as he say he reach even the Chief Minister. But I have, I not get any waiting for do with that, because I'm not a government employee. I'm just here for talk on behalf of the people on the things that are the reality on the ground. We talk of that. But sometimes we say as CSO, we have a lot for do. Because yes, I can't say every CSO, but some certain CSO get what we call credibility issue, which we have to really work on. Because I can tell people there is no shop in the world, or even in Sierra Leone, who say you go able go and say, okay, I want to buy credibility now. No way, you built it for yourself, and when you own it, you have to be very much mindful and careful. Even though sometimes when you hit the government in power, others go brand you, say you are from the red. When you talk issue, we therefore support the government, say yes, we need for succeeding A, B, and C, because any government will not succeed. The Sierra Leoneans as well not succeed at all. So we therefore give them a knee-jerk so that we'll be able to get success at the end of the day. But when you give support, like for example, government they try to implement a project, they say okay, let me do this installation, make government succeed. Like the NIG sector, people they go spoil some of them transformer, thief some of them cable. When you come add, they say, oh, are the government in power and then picking and then wire. So always we there at the middle. But the only thing you not get forget, like I don't see some people, as they say, government don't do something wrong, automatically they don't take to the street. They don't do press release, giving support. We not get that time for do a press release for give a support, because what we can always say, government in, government out. Now we give them job. Then they bring the manifesto, and the manifesto now we they take us the letter of application. Yeah, then they apply for those jobs, and when we give them the job, I can tell me Pikin say when politicians do something, not clap for them, because now in responsibility we voted for them, because they give you a manifesto say they will give you a good road, they will give you better health facility, which is currently as I'm talking to you, which now a very big problem. Yeah, we take with daddy to one hospital as of recent, which I cannot name now, but as we are going along, because we get a lot of investigation where we do, some of them are not even paying the GST, they need to pay the taxes. Some of them are not even paying NRA.
Private hospital.
Yeah, private hospital. Some of them are not even paying NASIT for their workers. They not even give them employment letter. So we start to ask ourselves, what is the Ministry of Labor doing? What is NRA doing? Because into our investigation, we understand, say, even whether they take the NRA money, where they go there with the HR, they share, allegedly. So we start to ask, if we don't get what we call internet facility, wherein I will do my payment from here, NRA get them, why I need for take the money physically for make we go share? So even the institutions them as well, where we they complement, they are not doing the effective job that we what we expect from them. So all of those things are problem for us as CSOs, because we have to go down there, we have to monitor, we have to do some certain investigations, some certain places where you go, where you ask for documents, they're not give you documents. And when you write to the line ministry, they take a lot of bottlenecks for make they even reply to you. If I can recall, in the previous government, with corruption, academic fraud of one general manager in the Sierra Leone Port Authority then, who was Abu Bangura. We write NCP, isn't NCP or whatever, we write them for make we get information. Up to this time, nobody replies. So these are some of the problem. We get huge amounts of problem. Not to all CSO get anything for deal with party business. Me where sit down here, I can ask me hand of any side. I not get no party where I belong. If you use self stand, because make you always tell people, they say I want to see a woman leader now, a woman president. Why? Because the men they don't fail with for far too long. They don't fail with, no matter how you look at them. So I begin to ask myself, if the man they don't fail, why we not go try woman? But there is a problem also with you, the women.
You think it's actually a gender issue?
No, una let even vote for una colleague woman. So we get for change the narrative. If somebody do wrong, now we tell them say they don't do wrong. But there is one thing about government authorities. When they do wrong, they need to give you the right thing where we deserve. When you tell them, then they keep you malice. But some of you no one know, because I know they go to your parlor, I know they go to your office for go ask you for nothing. So we say things the way we want them to go, and because they apply, say they will give you a better job, and we are ready to push all of those things. But really, it's not easy for we as CSO. Like for example, I do something, they viral now. Everybody they share it. And they see me family members they call me, you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. Because always we like to be at risk. Because you go say something today, you will go handle some certain official, you're not happy. So
CSOs are supposed to complement, how they will complement without governments not keep when they will tell governments to, and without governments not keep CSO them malice. But we get a major issue, and some of them things that we don't highlight already, Mr. Fatoma Bilon they highlights them. Where CSOs and in fact there's a recent song by Emerson where it says CSOs are not they do their work. And for the majority of Sierra Leoneans, as much as the CSOs are not they meet the particular expectation or the reaction where they want from CSOs, then tell us the CSOs and then they do their work. So this is what possible that day.
No, we get different organization. We know one meeting would give a blanket approval from their own part. I get my organization, which is Right to Life Advocacy Network, and I belong to a consortium. My brother here belongs to an organization. I'm not going to go and tell them, say, like for example, CSO will not get what we call waiting/get. So we get an umbrella all the under where they go regulate with. And we self not go regulate them. We come in CSO because they all get the thematic area. Me on point to say a team up. Now they are team up. And the Sierra Leone, the ordinary Sierra Leone we don't they follow. They don't see say from time immemorial. When I follow issue as an organization, and they make sure say we reach also for reach. Just like Peter they tell you what the passport. When we take this issue, we go to parliament, we follow until we go court. At the end of the day, a high court judge slam an injunction, say they not for deal the current company not for deal with passport, yeah. Within 24 hours, another high court judge going vacate that particular order. And now they understand say parliament, because some of the issue we make them being grant that order, the contract may not expire. Now when they see say parliament don't bring them up, say this contract may not expire way back in 2023. So why we still deal with this contract if it don't expire in 2023? If you go and the contract is say faulty. So these are some of the problem we are having. Even when we take the mobile companies to court, everybody is waiting and come out of it. So the CSOs will try as best as we can for make we able to protect the citizens. But it's tough for we because when you take and go court, now another caveat, now another problem, we they get, how many times CSOs don't they take matters to court? How many times CSOs don't they raise issues where people know they listen? And CSOs we get we limit. They say they take the horse to the stream or whatever, but you not go force her for drink. So we don't try we own level best. We don't let rely for the ordinary Sierra Leonean say we don't take this part for advocate on their behalf. So men are not going to give a blanket approval say CSOs are not doing nothing. Like for example, I'm not taking any car for camp. Why wait this morning? Because of I don't late, now bike I get from board. Maybe on the way coming something happen with me. Nobody. Like for example, we get an issue we get for dealing with even guaranteed trust. At the end of the day, take me go CID. Not ordinary Sierra Leonean no go there, but my brothers then go there. Except the people from the CSO and people we get for deal with like the media as well. Then they get for go there, they storm the CID in a way that they get for say no, when I release this man, make it go 9 hours. Because one thing we are CSO, if you go now and say, okay, let Andrew Fatoma be taken an issue, then go out and CID. Pass we CSO now we go there. The public no ever come out for say waiting then they do so wrong. Yeah? So we self get family. We get to picking them, we get to woman them. For the moment where they put you na CID or they send you go prison, when you did it, nobody now they say make you go feed your family. So by doing that, we want to see the public self compliment with effort a bit. Because they say when somebody don't do something good, at least Lord praise. Who said praise due, may then give it. But if all the time they say CSOs they need to do nothing, these are evil CSOs. It's not good. It's not all of us that are evil. It's just that sometimes we hang them short for make we reach everywhere. But me go tell you now say, no part no in Sierra Leone when me own foot no reach it. From Beria Timbako, take go down Kubola then Mongo, you come out take go there Ifin. You come out there as well, you go like then Kono, from then Jama Swafe, Tego, then Shegwema, all over then side in the Tego there Daru, all over, we don't work. Why will they go there? Like for example, as of recent, we come on here, we go to Falaba district. Also go find out say their Ministry of Agriculture, they abandoned the tractors. We were there, nobody funded us. The money wey we suppose for give to we pikin dem for go school, we suppose for put food na table, na we dey use for go. We go there, we find out, then we bring am up. I comot na here, I go take 2.5 years. Na the Tomabo regional rice value chain, not the government dey pay me, but we are monitoring that particular government no dey pay we. The citizens themselves now dey say, okay, now we galvanize money for pay them people there, but we dey take am on we own, from we own small little they get, for monitor all them processing dey. And now as we dey talk, we dey monitor even Bamba talk mining companies the way they dey currently, we wey we get for lift up, the water wey they don pollute am. So we get for go there, for go see whether this treatment wey dem dey give to people dem, this treatment, whether it is good. Because if you dey deal with the water where everybody wey dey at the village dey drink, then you don pollute am. Na issue wey we for take up as CSOs. I don left na ya like the chief na Lower Banta, dem dey get issue with him people dem. First Sunday, I take my team. We go there for see how we dey able solve it. No one is fearing our vehicles, but we dey do all them things there because we take and say this is our calling, and we get forget the mind, we get forget the God for talk on behalf of the ordinary Sierra Leonean. Things are very much tough. Things are very hard. It's just that sometimes people waiting the man wants make you talk, you for talker, and we all get boundaries. If I kind of talk about issue we get for deal with State House, I for talk on the issue, but I not for attack the president directly on his own order itself. Then they draw me in, then they rope me for questioning. Yeah, so make people know say some of we don't give a life for say we dey talk for the people, and if we don't do that, let them compliment our efforts for once, because we are ready to do the job, but not to all say we dey reach. Like now where I come on here, I get for the Waterloo. For go look the government hospital with 100 and something beds or 100 beds where they don't abandon. Not to somebody get for fear we. So please, the citizens of Sierra Leone, the people of Sierra Leone, una go dey compliment with effort. Now make on normal basis when I go na media, I use that particular platform for share with phone numbers. Reason we want when issue dey sometime, make we get a call. Because without them not give a call, we not gonna know say that issue they happen. Like for example, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I can do, I go call my boy. We believe in going to the provinces on daily basis, but you yourself know now say fuel price don't go up. Lot of things can they up. Even though when fuel they go up in this country, they go up just like that. But when they can on, then go begin pull at 1,000 millions, 500 millions. They will begin get a doubt. Will begin call their attention. But we go push and say we will reach some side, you know, we get no other way, because what we need for do with the cause noise, then we end part of it, we can galvanize for do what we call a class sue, where we will bring the citizens, we all them take this lawsuit for ourselves. But when we reach now the court now, when it come for hiring of a lawyer, now the organization, now we take responsibility. Then when you don't go tell you, they see the case, say the citizens for winner, they see the case go the other way around. So we self not happy with some of them thing there. Yeah. So many citizens at least let them begin compliment with efforts. Even the time we will take me and my brother this morning for Cassidion at this studio, you know,
yes,
it's not easy.
Exactly. We need more of them time there, so that people then go for know the work with CSOs and they do. So Mr. Fatoma, back to you. Waiting get for be the way forward for CSOs then?
The way forward now both from government and people where they run civil society and people where get interest for set up a civil society. Like I said earlier, many people date to civil society but they don't know civil society. And government they register civil society entity but they don't know the role of civil society. So unless we bridge that knowledge gap and the people also know what are the limitation of civil society organization. Like I be say, civil society not to police, civil society not to a court, not to law enforcement agency. Civil society they draw attention. And people no know who that then as. Some man they even run an organization way fall within the civil society ambit. But it they distinguish himself saying no to civil society. Like I be say, now you sit there, you say you want for set up your foundation, you believe in breast cancer. So you want for set up a foundation with a philanthropist organization we want for talk on breast cancer and provide, health education or need a medication on breast cancer, raise fund, raise awareness around breast cancer. Automatically that philanthropist foundation, a charity organization with a civil society. You get the development sector like World Vision, then a civil society. But many people when they talk about civil society, they just think say that the advocacy group, now in the civil society, trade union, Sierra Leone Bar Association, Sierra Leone Journalists Association, Motor Drivers Union, Interreligious Council, all faith-based organizations. They are civil because they are not government. So when you set up a voluntary auxiliary group or movement or network or coalition of civil people, that automatically fall within civil. But then you get for choose your thematic areas, because even you look at the human rights aspect, it's so broad. No one single human rights organization on the way they cover every aspect of human rights. Even Amnesty, Human Rights Watch. So you see that say a lot of we try for broader and narrow with space. Like for example, Charlie they talk on social policy related issues. So if we get the capacity in-house for talk about social economic rights issue, we will take on board that, because we get a broader line we talk say when they deal with a social policy issue. But if a civil society organization they will set up say, because we are civil society on public concerns or public death, and then they do everything even outside of the remit, like a colleague here say the credibility is start being in question, because mind you, the informations where you pull out there is a true representation of your institution. So if you put any misleading information, don't expect credibility, because that misleading information is what people will be tagging you and your organization with say, wait till that they don't pull that true, because the last time when they pull that information, they can apologize and say not so true. So which one will get for believe? So the way forward about it is for let the government of Sierra Leone treat NGO issues very serious. We don't go beyond the time where NGOs scattered all over. Even government don't get database of NGOs. Civil society in this country, let alone the civil society, right? So government need for treat NGOs operation business at this country very serious. Either we get a legislation where they talk about the operations of civil society, the regulation process. They make policy and you say now how they take regulate civil society. It's unlawful, it's unacceptable. So if you want for regulate civil society like where England they do, America they do, Germany they do, then get a law we say these NGOs, all NGOs, civil society or whatever you call them, non-governmental, they're all for register to this commission. And now the line of mandates this in terms of reporting to the state and the people. Like now, if you are a self-funded, when the year done, you get for display that your account. So that the public see say you are self-funded. And if America we believe in democracy and America we believe in transparency, they allow the NGOs and forget people the way they give money for letting them name them publicly. So you can also get the donor then as well. If they support your organization, you don't name them publicly. You make them unknown. But then people for know who say they get you sources from. Then people for know how much you don't get for the year and which activities and which community where you do the activity. That are one way where you able to hold civil society accountable. But then if we don't get laws we actually mandate civil society for be accountable, but then you just want use emotion for like civil society to be accountable. Who do you blame? It's the state. So because the state not done serious actually, for let then civil society sit down and get a straightforward. And so civil society then the moment you talk about say regulation for them, no, they want for quas, it's not about quas. It's about your protection. It's about your legitimacy. Because now you can go register Freetown City Council or Rural Council, right? But the limitation to that, you only allow by law for advocate for citizens that are Freetown Western urban area. You cannot even go regent. Because not to your jurisdiction that you register as a CBO na Freetown City Council. So you only limitation for operate according to the law within this locality as a community base. But if you go back, you go register na CSE when they most of you register as the NGO DEX, the corporate affairs. You they run as a cooperative organization, a non-profit. So you would not get business and you more NRA and asset. And guess what? A direct legislation now they will talk about clear taxation of civil society. Every year when they get with financial act, we then make the budget. Now the Ministry of Finance they able for look at where we forget concessions as a civil society. Now if you look at the one way they want go lay before parliament, they say local civil society organization not for bring more than 5 motoka. But international civil society organization for bring 10 but not more than 10. I mean, where is the fairness? Where is the fairness? But that international organization will give more respect to in your country get law will safeguard against any local organization that's really we want to go operate in that country. So we need to be serious. For that we actually come together and we don't get any legislation we tell you about when you know a voluntary organization, what are the things that we exempted from? We use emotion and say no, we're then a civil society they not for pay. So you go for tax clearance, they just ask you, when I don't do this, no, when I don't buy this, how do they get when how you withhold the tax? Well, we pay rent, the owner supposed to go pay NRA. It's an optional. But if it's a law mandatory that civil society need for withhold the 10%. When you withhold that, then we now go tell NRSA when we pay we rent, we deduct the tax. Then like I be say Germany they get money for civil society, it left to you. But now we look at the international civil society the way they operate in Sierra Leone. You look the NDI, the Republican Institute, then they get money from the United States government. From USAID. That's from the State Department, right? And implementing what? What did the American government want for let it be in Sierra Leone? Say that they help the people of Sierra Leone for promote democracy, human rights, or neither promote health. Look, the UK-based organizations. Now then they get the funding for implement work with the local civil society organizations. The Irish civil society organization, the Trucker and others. Now then the Irish Aid, they give money. What that money that the Irish government, the Irish people, right? For let them work with local civil society organization. But they not only do this in vacuum, they have a system. But we don't have a system. If you get a Sierra Leone organization we born from here, you go register in Liberia, and Salon government want for promote anything in Liberia, they don't work with you, they work with the embassy. And that's the irony. So we don't even learn from the West when we say we all they compete in democracy. So we get a long way for go for now understand really how dynamics, how useful, how sensitive the civil society space is. The civil society space they also have for bridge foreign relationship within government, one government and another government. So you get, for example, Transparency International. they take a giant leap in identification of the survey in identifying which country will corrupt more and which country will less corrupt. Even the big countries, they put them into the index, then they become respectable. But then you look at outside Transparency International board, that country from there it originate, most of the funding, whether they operate outside of that country, Transparency International funding, they come more from that country. Gone at the conservation society field, most of the environmental organization there, you get the you get the wildlife funders. If the organization come up from Dutch, now more of the Dutch government, the fund that organization there. What are the funder? So we actually you get some few civil society organization and globally with all their funding and they are not interested from any government. They're interested from philanthropists and they get crowdfunders. So they get people the way that they pay on commission within a social media or media platform, then they raise fund for them. Like if they want cancer loan for look on TB or look on minority issue, then get people that actionate how you call them, Plan International. If you go London, if you go Germany, if you go US, if they meet people that are street student, they beg for their organizations there, because they pay the student the stipend for letting it up under the cold, under the rain, for when they pass if you get a penny. So then gather them coin there $1, $2, $20. Not say if it's 30 picking it up able for carry $100,000 and they only give them picking and they less than $2,000 per that money. But then they're able to support the cause of Sierra Leone without the interference of the government. But Saloma, one day you do something, even the one day when they are abroad, then civil society, then they just say it's money. In fact, NGO people, they're very rich. That's the perception. That people that get an NGO get money. And failing that say, not to NGO now with background, a lot of civil society leaders today in Australia, they are professionals, either economists, either political scientists, either a lawyer, either professional accountant, from various. So you want for tell me say then people then they not go get consultancy program personally based on their own academic qualification than the NGO. And if the civil society not even get funding from donor, you know what they happen? They spend money either for pay rent for their office, for pay their staff then, and also
everything. There are a lot of things. Don't like what they say about house rent. Me we see don't know my background get something for with agriculture and other things. But what we do? We come up with together, not only CSO, with other people. We get a construction company. Me personally, get me on small border. I register a clearing and forwarding company. Even though that particular company now, they're not able to raise money again because now some of them area they get money for the support to organizations there. Yeah. Just like what I don't say earlier. I know one for if a government they give money, Sierra Leone they don't know now say yes, there is a particular funding for a subvention where they somewhere. Just like waiting they happen in Nigeria, then get for the CSOs because we they do the job the government officials for them for monitoring in all aspects, all simple. But you know what they happen here? We they monitor health. We go like for example they start for monitor even when then they go for budget hearing. The money then they get to institutions. We go don't monitor that activity, they then give the institutions then the money. For me they're able to go deliver. So what we do as CSOs, we get for monitor the deliverables. Because if they not deliver, we get for ask question, we say the money here go. Yeah. But we go to monitor all the activities there. But we are not being paid. They're not the fund we they take out from where money. For make with all them thing there. Like for example, the office we are occupying now, we are paying something like 80,000 leons. 80 million all leons. Who's that money there for the commute? Now from waiting we forget to family. Waiting for take care of we picking them for go school. But we go rent the office. Yeah. If we right now, like for example, a CS organization come out, we go to Natna Street with a campaign for make we go give the needy. Say okay, would I get pen? Would I get crayon? Would I get book? When I support we don't go support this area. Don't let me colleague they say nothing them go say, but they were get money. Why they for can ask me again?
Yeah.
Because everybody they look at them say civil society get huge amounts of money. Then they get money left and right. And not to say be. If we decide so okay, any ministry where we come against, we then call we then give we money for collect. Automatically we don't be part of the corruption. We're not able to do with jobs there effectively. So therefore be very much mindful for uphold, for upkeep that integrity way some of organizations they don't build. And more so Sierra Leone a country in a way that we go label. If you begin seeing with one minister, will they pass? Where this minister goes so I go so. They say that is a politician now. Not knowing that, you don't even know whether I'm a brother or I'm a best friend. It don't mean say if like where you say there maybe as they go along, we all get for be friends. Then automatically then call it and give ministerial position for decide say okay, I know they talk to this lady because you don't want minister. No. We don't be best of friends or brothers yesterday. Why when you get position now for shy away from you? No, we get for the discuss, but that no means if we do the wrong thing, we're not gonna bring them up. Because if you fail for tell your best friend or your brother the truth or the fact, you know the helper. That makes sometimes when we take issues, government official can feel say, if I give you a knee jack, I give you the lapses where you feel say they are good. But us, I say so they look at them say no, it's not good. It not mean say therefore keep me malice. Call me now we go sit down at the round table and see waiting are we on advice. Just like waiting my brother they say. Some of us are professional in we own field. If we come on now, we're gonna some sat inside them. Yes, I'm not go cry down the Minister of Agriculture. But if we begin call now the terms of the agri proper, some man not go able to map it. But then go give you consultancy say now we do A, B, and C. They will not because they say this now always not then the blast for we. So it's high time the government says try as best as they can because are they gonna some certain quarters CSO some civil society they go there. They say this na civil society. Then get for some man get for call we. You sabi this man? Na CSO you don't care out. And even some people in the way don't work out some of who we names them na institution. Like for example, why don't hold somebody na in truth now? No way no they you go see somebody come out you go there. Now we in another organization. So pass and get for call some of you again say you sabi this man? We say no, we no sabi him. May no go there before then they take action. So we get a lot of work for though. One by build for make we able build a database system. But one of the biggest problem we have in this country, we not get proper database system. How many organizations we register? When I register organization, like for example in the previous governments we've been take the issue of one institution will be they do with rest. They count a lot of dirty rest. When we take that issue, the then head of government business na state house, who I cannot name, a call we, he say on account on a paper there. We show say una na CSO. We not agree. The reason why we not agree, you not be ever call me for count with me paper when I be they do other things them. But when I don't own somebody where you feel say na your interest, then you say I for count me CSO documents where I register with. We not master. And at one point in time, I be then I think say SLBS or SLBC. we raise issue. The issues then the parliament get for someone we. And parliament gets one something honorables the way they invite you in a parliament, then they go put you in a one bench and put police near you. You did it, then the honorable they come and go. At the end of the way, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, they say the power no waiting for. The next moment, most car don't take either they go to a prison or they go to CID, which is very bad for something with the raise concern against a CSO. So all of those things, they derail the effort of CSO. So the government need to get a database of CSOs, wherein some certain sensitization in this where they see some of the ministries, some of the agencies, where then they take that a job of CSO, because some of them, the community no longer gets that trust, that belief, but then believe the civil society. Now, if I don't know whatever thing we are saying, the people will take them as a gospel truth. We are not accountable. Why we for go after people that we're not accountable?
Yeah.
So it's high time the government self mean business.
Exactly.
By registering all CSOs. We no want make we see that way then saying or they register CSO them or they count bad law for CSO them in case them go after who said go after them with this law, because that's one of the biggest problem.
Okay.
As you see say this them CSOs they don't push in at the corner, then you begin go now and go point at the law. Make we get a fair law, make we get a fair something in a way that we get a proper database system, we get things they don't like waiting the brother they say. You will see one man go sit down here, he want to talk about gender, he want to talk about agriculture, he want to talk about fishing, he want to talk about different things then. Some certain area then they say for them they go not to the thematic area. But why? Because then they get that particular support for me they go able to do them thing then they. Like for example now if we talk about woman and picking them, they say okay this organization now ain't good for that area. No fund that make it go down there. Oh they talk about issue we get for deal with the law. Yeah. We get an organization we supposed to do that. My brother Naya gets in your thematic area. If na in your field, because you get a database, you get what they stand for, then the line ministry know who that for work with directly. So by doing that, we want to see may the public still get that trust where they always get in terms of CSOs. May they know say we don't decide for give safe on their behalf. But continuous bashing on us as evil society, they need to do well now. Government picking them a very wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're not getting enough time again. So in 1 minute, how CSOs then go for complement government efforts yet hold them accountable in 1 minute?
Every work of the civil society, like raising policy gap issue, is a huge compliment to government, and every attention drawn to government to resolve or solve community problem is a compliment, and producing policy brief with recommendation, for influence policy formulation, policy development or policy implementation is a huge compliment to government effort. But what we in civil society should not expect, government would never credit us, recognize us, that we influence them to do that. They don't want the world to know, or they don't want the public to know, so we should not rely on that.